Hey Flufflebuns, welcome back. My name is RoxyBun, and this is Doki Doki Literature Club Part 5. Remember how I was bitching in the first couple parts about how boring this game was? How nothing happened? My last video, it happened. And it happened bad. But go watch it. I don't want to spoil anything if you haven't, so I'm going to continue. But again, if you don't like creepy, distorted pictures and stuff, I would go watch something else of mine, like South Park, Fractured But Whole, Silent Hill Alchemilla I'm working on, and Outlast I was working on too. Yeah, I gotta hope. And Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria Simulator. You can go watch anything like that. It'll be a lot less, I guess, anxiety-inducing than this. So anyway, without further ado, with that, I depart the club room and make my way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the three girls. There were 4, and 1 died, but we don't talk about her apparently. Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monika. It's like everything's about her, and I don't like it because she was being kind of weird in the first part. The first few parts, I never got a good vibe about her, and I still don't. Will I be really happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess it starts with writing a poem tonight. You have unlocked a special poem. Would you like to read it? Uh-oh. Let me take a breath before I click yes. Yes. Ooh, see? See the creepiness. That's not a poem, that's a fucking scare. That's a frighten. Can you go away? Okay, bye. Okay, so I can only impress them. See what I mean by freaky? Frightening? Suicide? Fireworks? Secretive? Hair? Dream? Marriage? Imagination? Judgment? Portrait? Rain cloud? Rose? Jumpy? I'm just clicking because I don't think it matters anymore because this game is fucked. Hi again. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. I'm kind of tempted to. Now don't worry, I would never run away from this game. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I kept my word. Well, I'm back at the club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Ooh! Thanks for keeping your promise. Okay. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, did you see that? Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. You already had me dragged here by Monika. I don't know if you plan to just come here to hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps something manga collection in the club room. You're in front of the title. You're in front of the words. Okay. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monika and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Did the music start getting weird? Or am I just imagining it? I'm sorry, RoxyBun. Why is Yuri bigger than everybody else? We'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay? You're not doing a good job. She shoots Natsuki an disappointed glance. Anyway. Now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have some interest in picking up a book to read? Well, don't you want to read my poem? I can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now. So it only feels right for me to do something like that if you ask. But wait, I didn't mean it like that. Ooh. if you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. No, it's not that, Yuri. I want to try to be a part of this club. So even if I don't read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. Are you sure? I just felt like, well, as vice president and all, that I should help you get started on something you might like. She reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled, and I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time I'm feeling bad for distracting her from reading. This is like how it went before. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Let's read together like we used to. Crap. I think she noticed me looking. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? Uh-huh. Wait, what's wrong with your eye? You see her left, or my left, her right eye is like... moving away from her face. What is wrong with you, Yuri? Your face is fucked up. I wanted to reread some of it. I can't stop staring at your eye. Oh, there, it's back again. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have two copies of the same book, and how come your eye is moving away? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... That's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy two of them. Oh, I see. Yeah, you thought of me, and that is perfectly acceptable. There's something very obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's the story about, anyway? Well, I look at the cover of the book. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. That's the same book we talked about before. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Basically, it's about this religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison. And the people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. But the facility gets even worse, and they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and affixing them to... Oh, that may be a little bit of a spoiler. But anyway, I'm really into it. The book, I mean. Not limb cutting, and not cutting anything at all, right, Yuri? No, not the thing about the limbs. That's kind of... It's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing? I actually kind of, I don't mind dark stuff. I actually have a dark sense of humor at times, so I don't mind, but my character seems to. No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that this kind of story, it's the kind that challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants it to be evil. but because the world is full of horrible people and we're all worthless anyway. Wow. Okay. Then suddenly... I'm rambling, aren't I? Is like Sayori trying to talk to me from the grave or some shit? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. I can't lose interest when the game is this... I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm afraid something's gonna jump out at me, I swear. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. Self-harm? Oh, no. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, my whole body gets incredibly blah blah. I don't know what she was saying, but it was quick. Her whole body gets incredibly censored. Oh boy. Horny? I don't know. I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? Woo! Yes. That was not okay. That was freaky. Oh. It's like everything is all cute and then that happens. Make it stop. I mean, you don't have to, but... What are you saying? Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieve the book that I put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. Reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat nice and comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry, I was just bathing in the feeling of your body. Whoa. I'm bathing in the feeling of your body, and then it was censored. Are you okay? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean, I'm glad I'm a fast reader, because if you're not, you would never have caught that. Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk up until it's against Yuri's and hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. Feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm and the right side of the book. That way I turn the page and she slides on her thumb, blah blah blah. But holding it like this, we're huddled even okay, we did this. It's distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of her face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Huh? To turn the page? Oh, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. Well, I'm on edge. In real life, I'm here like, well, what else weird is gonna happen? I glance over at her face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do. Since you've been so patient with me. Yeah. Thanks. You continue reading. She no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue in silence. Even so, turning the page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter, blah blah blah. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. Huh? No, I don't relate to this character at all. Definitely not. Really? I was just thinking the way she second-guesses things she says and all that. That's what you were talking about. Sorry. I thought you meant something else about her. Like what? Something else? Never mind. We didn't even get that far yet, so I don't know why that came into my head. Yuri, are you feeling alright? I don't think so. Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing's a little... My breathing? She puts her hand on her chest as if to feel her heartbeat. I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. I just need some water. Alright, don't push yourself. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. I don't think that happened before. I don't remember. What on earth was that about? RoxyBun? Did something happen just now? Huh? I have no idea. Yuri was acting a little strange, I guess. So you don't know anything? Sorry, I can't say that I do. Are you worried about her? Oh no, not really. Oh, okay. I was just making sure that you didn't do anything to her. Why would I do something to her? Because I'm a boy, you sexist bitch? Nothing. Don't worry. I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's nothing alarming. Okay, if you say so. Anyway, why don't we start with sharing our poems with each other? What? Shouldn't we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while. So I just figured we'd get started without her. You know something. I don't know, are you behind all this? Are you trying to, like, make your friends upset? Like, I seriously think something this bitch said made Sayori hang herself. I really do. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book and slip it back into my bag. Who should I show my show to? Natsuki. I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably only fair if I shared mine with her first. Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't evoke any emotions. So basically, it's not cute enough for your tastes. Do you want to get smacked? Yes, I do, mistress, and then I'm going to ask you for another. I'll pass. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. Okay, she did this one before. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can see. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try. Well, that's about it. I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I do like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I won't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? The writing style wouldn't make my message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read but hits you hard. Like in this poem. I prefer it that way too, kinda, then I know what I'm supposed to be feeling. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then it made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. Yeah, it does. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did ya? Yeah, guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Alright, Monica. Hi, RoxyBun. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand her my poem. Great job. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way it always counts when I put in some effort. Oh, that's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is just totally detached from reality. I don't mean it like it's a bad thing, though. But sometimes I get the impression that she's just totally given up on people. She spends so much time in her own head that it's probably a much more interesting place for her. But that's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She must be really starved for social interactions. Don't blame her for coming on a little strong. Are you being low-key mean again? Like earlier. I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for alone time. Suddenly the door opens. Yuri! I'm back. Did I miss anything? Not really. Well, we all started sharing our poems with each other. Huh? Already? I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologize. We still have plenty of time, so I'm more glad that you took all the time you needed. Alright. Thanks, Monica. I suppose I should go get my poem now. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to be not very good. Yep, she said this before. Let's read it then. Hole in the wall. I don't remember if this was the same poem she wrote before. Hole in the wall, but he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glanced at my surroundings, but my burned eyes can no longer see color. Are there others in this room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? The sound of frantic scrawling playing tricks on my ears. The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right there. He's right there. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen. Okay, Monica, so you are strange. Very freeform. I'm not really the right person to ask. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When I performed it out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated. If you try hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Force yourself to get something down and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. Okay, this is old. So just move your hand, go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Yes, she always does that. Alright, we'll show it to Yuri. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What was that? Did I say that out loud? She covers her mouth and ends up covering her whole face. Ooh. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong. Huh? I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? She takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? None? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot before. Really? That's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time. No, it's not, but, whatever. Yuri stares at me blankly, and then at the poem again. Well, I know that. I just mean, she trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize as new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and expressiveness are weak. This happened already. Of course, it's not something you can be blamed for. So many different skills. Blah, blah, blah. It might take you some time. We did this, we had this discussion. Now it's keeping me a little biased. Biased how? She likes cute. Never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if she's apologizing to herself, me, or Natsuki. Can I read your poem? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. She smiles dreamily, as if that's rare. Isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Okay, this is the same poem she wrote before. I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting. I wasn't thinking that at all, but it took you a long time to read. I don't read script very often, and I think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. There's no real limit about... Yeah, this is just... the same... Are you in a ghost, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all. It's not, it's a metaphor. Yep, this is the same shit. Where's the weird? I want the weird to come back. No, I don't. But she always says, they always say all this, and it's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so... Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. I was really nervous about doing all this, but then in the end I enjoyed it. I'm gonna keep doing my best for you, RoxyBun. Ah, me too. I guess it's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if the music got music's off-key, isn't it? Or wasn't it? I don't know. It's like it's playing tricks on me. This is a literature club. I sigh. I guess it's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monica is writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Huh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you can say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. Oh, this is where they get into an argument. I was trying to say something nice. Huh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. Huh. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked somebody who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Monica liked it, and RoxyBun did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions on my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't. And RoxyBun liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed. She suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you're so invested in trying to impress a new member. What? Okay, this is like the fight. That's not what... Oh. You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that RoxyBun appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Ooh. Well, you know what? I wasn't one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as he started showing up. Natsuki. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. Taking out your own insecurities on others like that? Ooh. You really act as young as you look, Natsuki. Me, look at we want to be edgy, bitch. Edgy? Sorry that my lifestyle's too much for someone of your mental age. The game's getting weird. Is it gonna break? Most people learn to get over myself when they graduate middle school. My ears. If you think it counterbalances your toxic personality just by dressing and acting cute. The only thing about you is how hard you try. Whoa, be careful, you might cut yourself on that edge, Yuri. Oh, my bad. You already do, don't you? Oh, shit. Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What the fuck is wrong with your head? Yeah, go on. Let RoxyBun hear everything you really think. I'm sure he'll be head over heels for you after this. Suddenly she turns toward me as if she just noticed I was standing here. Oh god, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. How did I get... Yuri. Yuri? Natsuki. Whoa. I can't pick. Hi, Monica. You're just like totally blocked, okay? Hi. Hey, RoxyBun. Why don't we step outside for a little bit? Okay. Okay. Sorry about that. They really should have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. That is not how you handled this before. Last time you were like, you broke up the fight and everything was happy, everyone was fine, and someone who doesn't exist anymore kind of cheered everyone up. Some president I am, right? I can't even confront my own club members properly. I just wish I was able to be a little more assertive sometimes. But I never have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine. I'd be happy to spend time with you instead. Suddenly Natsuki runs out of the classroom. She quickly runs away. Oh dear. Well, it looks like they're done. Okay, I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Yuri is rocking back and forth on her desk with her palms on her forehead. Yuri? I didn't mean it. I believe you. I have no idea what she might have said. Or did. Please don't hate me. Please? I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow. Completely. Anyway, the meeting is over, so you can go home now if you want. Yuri looks at me and she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monika. You can go first, Monika. I'd like to stay a little bit longer. I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done. She obviously doesn't want you here. Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take that responsibility today. It kind of sounds like you don't want me around for something. It's not that. It's not that. I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with RoxyBun. It would just be embarrassing with you listening. I guess I don't really have a choice, do I? I'm sorry for causing trouble. But I really appreciate you. And we are gonna call this into that part. Well, that was an oh god. Okay, so this has been, I don't know what part this is. I think that's part 5 of Doki Doki Literature Club. I'm so lost, but if you like this video, if you like this series, if you have any advice for me on what to do in this game, because now it's really fucked, hopping over to that like button, give it a bunny nudge for me, leave me something in the comments. And, you know, if you haven't already, you should subscribe too. Join my literature club. Oh god, I'm so nervous because this game is making me really nervous. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.